Ain't nobody gonna catch me.
Because you're too streetwise?
Yup. Me outside, how about that?
I thought there was no way that I could ever survive here.
Hey, do something. Hey, stop. They ain't gonna do that like that.
Malnourishing, humiliating, screaming at, sleep depriving.
It's because you made $50 million the first year or something crazy? Yeah.
From meme to multi-millionaire, Danielle Bregoli's 15 seconds of fame has lasted nearly a decade since the troubled teen first made an appearance on the Dr. Phil show in 2016. At the time, Danielle was living with her mom, Barbara Ann, in Florida, after her father, Ira Peskowitz, had been absent throughout her childhood. She came from a tough background. Her mother struggled for money and had been diagnosed with cancer on 2 separate occasions. As their relationship began to deteriorate, Danielle started mixing with the wrong crowd. With a history of aggressive behavior, substance abuse, and even grand theft auto at just age 13, her mom decided to get in touch with Dr. Phil. The episode gained a lot of attention, with Danielle's cocky demeanor and hostile nature making for good television. It has since gone on to become the most popular video on the Dr. Phil YouTube channel with over 55 million views, as well as another 100 million views across 3 more videos. From stealing a crew member's car to wanting to fight her own mother, the episode had it all. But when the audience began laughing at Danielle, she would say 6 words that would change her life forever.
Catch me outside, how about that?
Danielle calling out the audience for a fight in her thick accent made one of the internet's biggest memes, with people from all corners of the internet unanimously mocking Danielle. She became viral, even catching the eye of the mainstream media, where she was labeled as the "Cash Me Outside girl." People immediately started profiting off Danielle's overnight success. Walmart started plastering the phrase across their merchandise, and DJ Suede even managed to make a song out of it. The song became so popular it has amassed 65 million views on YouTube and charted on the Billboard Hot 100 for 3 weeks, peaking at number 72. However, at the time, Danielle was completely unaware just how famous her episode on the Dr. Phil show had become. After appearing on the show, she was sent to Turnabout Ranch in Utah, a therapeutic center recommended by Dr. Phil for troubled teens. With no form of social media for months, by the time she had arrived back home, she was met with a huge surprise.
When that meme blew up, I didn't know. I had just got home. I hadn't been on social media for months. Hadn't even seen a phone for months. So it was kind of like, I didn't even know how to say the word meme.
Her life had completely turned upside down. She would return back to the Dr. Phil show to discuss her newfound fame.
I guess what's good for you is I made you just like how Oprah made you. You were nothing before I came on this show.
Before her first TV appearance, she was a rebellious teen with no aspirations for her future. Now she found herself being one of the most popular figures on the internet with seemingly a golden ticket to success. With Danielle now in the spotlight and determined to make a name for herself, like most influencers, she began making music. At the start of 2017, she would feature in her first ever music video for Kodak Black's song, Everything 1K. Although she didn't have a feature on the song, the video consisted of her flexing money on top of a Rolls Royce, introducing herself to the hip-hop audience. 6 months later, she would release her first song as an artist, and with that, Bhad Bhabie was born. Understandably, with Danielle having no experience in the music industry, her rapping left a lot to be desired, and the song was met with a lot of criticism. Luckily for Bhad Bhabie, in 2017 the industry was dominated by bad rappers, so this wouldn't hold her back, and her debut song reached number 77 on the Billboard Hot 100. And despite being mocked across the internet, she had made history, becoming the youngest ever female rap artist to debut on the music charts at just age 14. Whether people liked it or not, the song was a success and earned Danielle a record label deal with Atlantic Records, which is home to the likes of Ed Sheeran and Cardi B. After remixing a few songs, Bhad Bhabie would release her first single under the record label. The song once again charted and has become her most successful song to date. It has gained 227 million views on YouTube and was certified platinum in late 2020. She continued producing music, getting better as time went on. She charted again in 2018 with Gucci Flip-Flops, another song which has amassed more than 200 million views on her YouTube channel. By this point, Danielle had established an undeniable music career for herself, and she began getting her flowers as she was nominated for Billboard's Top Female Rap Artist in 2018, going head-to-head with Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. She had created a whole new fan base that just loved her music, allowing her to go on a tour across the world and work with some of the most respected artists in the genre. Her reputation as an artist opened more doors for her career. In 2019, she announced an endorsement deal with Copycat Beauty, which reportedly made her nearly $1 million. She also launched her own reality show on Snapchat called Bringing Up Baby, one of the very first Snap originals. The show followed Danielle in her everyday life, and how she has managed to build a music career from her 15 seconds of fame. The show was a massive success for Bhad Bhabie, with TMZ reporting that the show had 10 million unique viewers within the first 24 hours of launch. To no surprise, however, despite Bhad Bhabie's musical and commercial success, she was always in the middle of an online controversy. From fighting outside bars to fighting on aeroplanes, at the start, trouble seemed to follow Danielle wherever she went. She also had an arch nemesis in Woah Vicky, with the two going back and forth with each other for multiple years, and even bumping into each other on occasion. No one was safe from Bhad Bhabie. It wasn't just internet trolls. In 2018, Danielle threw her drink over Iggy Azalea while attending Cardi B's Fashion Nova launch party over comments made on Instagram. Sky Jackson also filed for a restraining order against Bhad Bhabie for constant harassment on social media. She was also accused of blackfishing and cultural appropriation at the end of 2019, which led to a hiatus from social media. But in recent years, she has been on a road of self-development. After coming out of rehab in 2020, the following year, she would speak up about the abuse she endured at the Turnabout Ranch on her YouTube channel, exposing that the camp would take away basic human rights from the teens at the camp, depriving them of sleep and food amongst other criminal mistreatments. She also mentions that whilst attending the ranch, a staff member was murdered by one of the kids, but received no emotional support after witnessing such a tragedy. Dr. Phil responded to the allegations as tough love. Rightfully, people started to realize what Danielle had been put through as a child, just for the world to laugh at. She has since teamed up with Paris Hilton, another victim of these abusive wilderness camps in America, to protect teens from experiencing the traumatic camps. In 2021, only 6 days after turning 18, Bhad Bhabie would make a decision that ultimately changed her life. She created her own OF account, and has gone on to become one of the most successful creators on the platform. Within 6 hours of her account being launched, it is reported she made over $1 million, and by the end of her first full year on the site, she posted earnings of around $50 million. After creating generational wealth from her supposed 15 minutes of fame, Danielle appears to be stepping out of the limelight. She has bought herself a huge mansion in Florida, and at the end of 2023, she announced she would be expecting her first child at 20 years old. In 2016, Danielle was the biggest laughingstock on the internet at 13 years old. Over the past 7 years, she has continued to grow as a person and gone on to become one of social media's biggest success stories. Now, with an abundance of wealth, she can settle down and live the life she has always wanted.